Good afternoon, guys. It is September 16th, 2025. On this video here, I want to show you how to change the bag and change the belt on your Bissell poweforce bagged upright vacuum. Now, the belt will apply to a bagless model as well, so the steps are identical. If you have a bagless model of a powerforce, the steps are pretty much identical. If you have a powerforce helix, if you have a powerforce turbo, basically any of the Bissell series that takes style 7, 9, 10, 12, or 16 belt, that's what's going to work. So, now first I'm going to change the bag. Now the bag you want to change when it's full, obviously. Now there is a, let's see if I can get you up here. There is a latch here, and you're going to put your fingers up here. You're just going to push that down, tilt the cover forward, and lift it off. Now you can set that aside. Here's your bag. Now, this is kind of, it's not super full, but recently my mom actually used this to clean up a powder, and it's a very fine dust, and so it's most likely plugging the pores of the bag. That's the thing about picking up any fine dust or fine powder. Make sure that you clean out your filter and change your bag. And this is the primary reason of why I recommend bagged vacuums. It's because if you're picking up fine dust, you don't want to constantly be picking up fine dust, but it's okay if it happens, every once in a while. The bag is going to do a better job trapping the fine dust and keeping it out of the motor, which is what you want. Fine dust in your motor is going to dramatically reduce the life of your motor. So, that's just something to note there. So, anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to grab the collar of the bag, you're going to wiggle it off. There's your bag. So, yeah, this guy was kind of ready. So, I could have fit more in there, but it's been in there since January. It's now September. You can kind of see the white powder here. So, what I like to do is I like to take some duct tape, or any tape. Now, you don't have to do this, but particularly if you have allergies or sensitive lungs, it's a good idea to tape over the hole to keep it from spewing back out into your room, which is something you do not want. So, there you go. So, if you remember, that was a big hole. Now it's sealed off. Nothing is coming out that port. So, it's really good. Set the bag aside. That's full. see there's a little bit of powder in here, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I always like to write the date of when I install these bags, so I'm going to do that right now. 9/16/2025. So there you go. And it kind of just gives you a rough guide of like how long it's been in there. So if you're in there and being like, man, I wonder how long that's been, you know, you can kind of have that as an indication. And bags last a long time. I mean, you can vacuum for months and months and months on one bag. Now, in my house, I currently do not have pets. We are a household of 4 people, and this primarily gets used on the first floor right now. And so, yeah. And if I didn't mention before, the bags you need for this are the Bissell style 1 and 7 bags. Now you can get these Clean Fairy cloth bags on Amazon. You can get a big pack of 20 of them for $20. Think about that. That's $1 a piece. It's a really good deal. So that's even cheaper than Walmart. So, you know, if you can wait a day or two, don't go to Walmart to get these. Go on Amazon and get a bulk supply, or even eBay. Because these are much higher quality bags. They'll filter better, they're stronger, and they do not leak any dust. So, and because these bags are such a high quality material, these bags here, you can pack them like a sack of flour. So in reality, I mean, you're really getting every square inch of use out of these bags if you wanted to. Now, in this last case, this one was in there for a while. It was starting to smell, and it had fine powder in it. So, yeah, I'd say 9 months. It's about time. So, but, I mean, some bags you can go a year. I mean, I'm not even kidding. It all depends on your house. But if you have dogs or cats or, you know, pets of any kind, you're probably going to need to change it more often. So, anyway, grab the collar, press it on, make sure it goes on all the way, tuck the bag in. You just want to make sure that the cardboard collar is all the way flush with the back of the unit. Grab the bag door, insert this little bump below the Bissell logo into this large notch here. You're going to see it on yours. And then close the cover. Then you're done. So that's the bag change. You're going to be changing your bag a lot more often than you're going to be changing your belt. So now let's move on to the belt. Now the belt, it's pretty easy to change as well. Now you access it from the bottom. So I'm going to recline the handle and basically get access down here. So you have 5 screws. Got one here, one here, one here, one here, and one up here. So I'm going to take out your 5 screws. And your belt, it's recommended that it's changed once a year, once every 12 months. Now, I have owned this machine since March of 2023, and I have yet to change the belt on this. And it probably could use it. So, and the reason you want to change your belt is because it loses its tension over time, and it just wears out. It's basically like tires on your car. You know, they're only good for so many miles, and you know, it's time to change it. Same concept. If it gets all stretched out, if it gets dry, cracked, worn, you know, anything like that, it's time to change it. And if it breaks, then it's definitely time to change it. So, those 5 screws removed. You're going to pull the bottom plate off gently. Don't force or yank anything. It's only plastic. Just be careful. Here's your belt. Now, I could, in theory, get more life out of this belt if I wanted to. But it has been in here basically since it was new. And I've had it for a little over 2 years. So I think it's time. Let me see if I can get this off here. There we go. Okay, so there's your belt. I'm going to show you something. These belts. I'm going to open this new package. Got a couple belts here. So, with this belt, can you guys see that? See how the old belt is stretched? It's all loose compared to that. That's what I'm saying. It happens over time and it stretches out. Now, I could get some more life out of this belt. I could. But, again, it's been 2 years, and I have a couple new ones, came in a 2-pack, and I want to do this video to show you some of this, so I think it's only fair to change it. Now, while you're in here, just want to inspect your brush roll. Want to clean off any hair, thread, string, anything that wraps around here. If you let hair accumulate on this brush, that's not good. Because what can happen is it can work its way into these bearings here on the end and cause it to melt and seize. And by that point, you need a new brush. Now, these brush rolls aren't that expensive. You can get them for, I believe, 10 to 20 bucks online. They're not that bad. But if these do lock up these are non-user serviceable bearings. So you cannot service the bearings. You have to buy the whole brush roll and change the whole assembly. But you just want to spin it and make sure it spins freely. If it spins freely like that, you're in good shape. If it barely spins or doesn't spin at all, you need a new brush roll. So, first step is to put the new belt on the motor spindle in the back there. Put it on the pin, and then you're going to take your brush. There's still some stuff on here. Yeah. The other thing is, if these bristles get worn down, you might want to change the brush too. Mine are looking a little bit on the worn side. I might replace mine at some point, but I don't have another one on hand, so this is what's going in there. It's still usable, it's just not ideal. So you want to put it in. Now it's going to be tight, but just want to kind of guide it in, and it should fall into place. Now once it's in place, always want to rotate this by hand, so that way everything lines up, nothing is caught. Because if you don't do this step, something could be crooked or something, and it could get pinched, and the minute you turn it on, it locks up and it overheats and it snaps your brand new belt, and then you gotta do this all over again. So always take the extra time to rotate it a full rotation at least, just to make sure. So once you've done that, you can do this. Put your bottom plate back on, and then replace your 5 screws that we took out earlier. And just use a hand screwdriver. Try to avoid using a drill if at all possible. You're only going into plastic, and these machines are not the strongest built. It's not to say that they're bad machines, but they are cheap plastic at the end of the day. They're not the most durable vacuum on the market. So it's only a $60 machine. So go easy with it. But with proper care and maintenance, these machines can last you quite a long time. If you take care of them. I mean, should be able to last you at least 10 years. If you take care of them, if you don't abuse them, keep the bag changed, keep the belt changed, keep the hair off the roller, it should last you a while. So, doing these maintenance tasks will save you money, and you won't have to replace it every year. There's a lot of people that think you have to replace a vacuum cleaner about every year or two because they're just, oh, it's not picking up anymore. Nope. Gotta take care of it. Gotta maintain it. Gotta keep it clean. Gotta keep the belt changed. Gotta make sure it's not clogged. That's a whole other thing. Gotta make sure that there's nothing stuck in the air path at all. You gotta make sure that you clear out any clogs or anything like that. And with that proper care and maintenance, your vacuum should last you for years to come. Might not last you forever, but it should last you at least a good 5-10 years. And if you really take care of it, I've seen people get 15-20 years out of these cheapo Bissell vacuums. Key is take care of it and do your maintenance. And don't skimp on that. You don't want to replace your vacuum all the time? Take care of it. Take care of what you have. And it'll take care of you. So anyway, that does it. That is how you change the bag, the Bissell style 1 and 7 bag, and the Bissell style 7, 9, and 10 belt on your Bissell poweforce bagged upright vacuum cleaner. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.